Alright everyone, we start off today talking about the Fifth Circuit ruling in regards to Section 230. This just came through the other day. Link in the description, you should follow along. I will be pinning a link if you're watching on YouTube at the top of comments. We are falling behind InfoWars in the race to 110,000 subscribers on that platform, so please get a Rumble account if you haven't already. I'm just going to put that out there. I'll also be talking about that on the live stream. It's a friendly competition to 110. Clankdom is close though. I know that we can do it with a concerted effort. You know, if everyone that watches this video joins on Rumble, we would absolutely trounce them. Probably be ahead of Jimmy Dore actually at that point. That's a sweet spot to be in on an up-and-coming platform, by the way. Anyway, we'll get back to the news here. This is pertinent to 230. Now, what Section 230 was implemented to do, let's look at the meaning of why Section 230 exists. If you have an internet site, and its primary goal is to platform third parties, so it's YouTube or something for videos, it's a blog page, people can make their own blogs like a Substack or WordPress or something. The company itself cannot be held legally accountable for what is being posted by those third parties if there's a moderation process. Now, what would they be held accountable for? They'd be held accountable for illicit pornography, for people making criminal threats against one another, for defamation, for copyright infringement, things of this nature. The meaning of 230 was to shelter the U.S. tech world and allow it to grow absent frivolous lawsuits and constantly being bombarded with legal cases because third parties using their sites will misuse them. Those are all legal things, legal matters in regards to 230. That's the reason why it was incepted. Again, copyright, etc. You have a site that has video uploading. People are using copyrighted music. The tech firm is required to implement a process by which that material can be gotten rid of because it can be illegal, quite literally. However, these tech firms have gone well beyond the auspices of 230 lately and begun banning people or algorithmically demoting them, in the best of cases, it's just the latter, for lawful speech. So they had an opinion that was considered offensive. They posted material that is not pornographic, it's not defamatory, it's not copyright infringement, etc. But they said the wrong word and somebody didn't like it, and so they flagged the material. What this decision represents is an attempt to restore 230 to its proper function. The function is that the tech firm said, we can't moderate everything that comes through our site in real time. It's physically impossible even with AI. We need broad protections in order to make sure that the platform is capable of still running, otherwise we're going to be sued over and over. Very well, said Congress, Section 230 is born. The problem is that it was never meant to apply to platforms as opposed to publishers. That differentiation is right in the section itself. The concept is they're not publishers of material. The Fifth Circuit has agreed with that basic premise, making sure to point out, for instance, if you have a newspaper, they are a publisher. It is their own opinions that's being put out there. The people that are contributing directly, the collation of the material, deciding what does or does not get edited and put on a website or in a newspaper in newsprint form, that's a publisher. If, though, you have millions of people on your website all making content, you can't limitlessly curate that content for anything but legal purposes. That was the point of Section 230. I would like to point you, the reason why this is not archived, the link in the description, and you should go to it, look at the reaction by liberals with regards to this, just furthering my belief that they've completely flown the coop and sold out. These people are arguing that multi-billion-dollar multinational corporations should have the capability of limitlessly policing anything that happens to be put on their websites, even if it directly contravenes the fundamental concept of Section 230 and the reason why it was incepted in the first place. They are clearly wrong. The Fifth Circuit has made the right decision. It now goes to a higher court. We'll see what happens. My hope is that the decision stands up. This could free up legal cases by people like myself who have been demoted or banned from from large tech platforms in the United States, and we happen to be U.S. citizens. Lawsuits could go forward saying, look, they violated 230. I said nothing illegal. I didn't defame anyone. I didn't copyright infringe, yada, yada, yada. But they're acting as a publisher. And what we should be doing is simply compelling the tech sites to take a side. If you are a publisher, you can censor anything that you want. Nobody gives a damn. You have that right. It's a private company. They can do what they want. If you are a platform, you are not a fully private company. And I go further than this, of course. So look at, for instance, what YouTube is doing right now. YouTube's latest presser in early September puts out the concept that they're going to prioritize, for example, news about the midterms, about elections and politics and news in general. They're going to push more priority content. I think that we all understand why our viewership has generally declined over the last few weeks. Just to be clear, they are favoring some content over other content and vowing that they will ban people for stepping out of line and asking the wrong questions, making the wrong points, even though they are fully legal. This is the same YouTube that is pushing, quite literally, priority platforms that work directly with the Biden administration. Hate to tell you this, but it was bragged about openly by CNN, and they're not the only one, that they're literally taking economic tips from the Biden administration on news reporting. Those groups are being explicitly, self-proclaimedly, objectively, and braggingly promoted on the platform, to the detriment of the entire independent content community. People have been banned off Twitter, for example, for asking the wrong questions about medicine. But asking those questions is not illegal. These sites are acting like publishers. They are curating information. But 230 was incepted because they claimed that they couldn't curate information. If tech firms have the time and the resources and the manpower to curate material that has absolutely nothing to do with lawless content, it's not about illicit porn, it's not about state propaganda, it's not about defamation or anything like that, then why are they still protected under 230? They are effectively making an argument against themselves and ceding that right to be considered as platforms because they're not acting as platforms. The platform is we have moderation tools and we gear it towards removing things that are complained about that are potentially illegal. Somebody's content has been stolen. Somebody is facing terroristic threats. Somebody is victimizing me. I'm getting, harassed on the platform sexually by some crazed predator. My kids are getting contacted by perverts. Stuff like that. That was the point of 230. Prioritize that removal because that is a legal situation, and the rest of it should be there. It shouldn't be policed because the platform is claiming that it can't police everything. I would think that would necessitate that they gear themselves towards policing the illegal content. Instead, we have a situation where Twitter only a couple of years ago was sued by someone whose porn of themselves from when they were 13 getting molested was up on Twitter for an extended period of time, and even after getting legally queried, it still remained up on the platform being viewed by people, even though it was blatantly illegal. Twitter in that same period of time began banning people for questioning election results. Well, questioning election results, pig in a poke style, I know it's a big thing, is not illegal. That particular illicit material was illegal. Which one did Twitter actually take down in a timely fashion? Their entire argument behind 230 is we can't police everything. What the court is pointing out is that you can't pick and choose. You have to be either a publisher or a platform. If you're going to heavily curate your content for political reasons, which is what all of the big tech monopolies are doing, then you can't also claim at the same time legal protection against illegal content that you're ignoring. That's basically what it boils down to. I support the decision. I like the frenetic reaction by leftists. It proves that they're afraid. They're afraid that people will be able to have political free speech again on places like Twitter or YouTube because they know that they can't out-debate people. They want that material suppressed. They don't even care about the illegal stuff. You think that they fucking give a shit about 230 protections to get rid of copyrighted music clips and YouTube videos? It's been a long time since anyone legitimately gave a damn about that sort of stuff anyway. They only care about suppressing the people that they disagree with to maintain their echo chambers. That's the long and short of it. That's about all. Peace out.